CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. The keeper of the light sounds the foghorn to signal it's time for football. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. On the visitors' sideline, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys at 2-0 to begin 2025. On the other side, it's Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. His guys also 2-0, so this is a good measuring stick matchup early in the season. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. We are set for a good one. Off we go here in the rain at Gillette Stadium. And across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. Early rhythm he was able to establish. He rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him. And if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, it's going to be a hard group to beat.
First down run, netted 3, so we've got a 2nd and 7 here. Play action now with Rodgers. To the left side and taken in by Smith.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And he's only going to be able to get back to the line. That's all. 3 plays to start. Quick 4th down. It's 4th down. On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake Maye.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball. He was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense, all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
Off the play fake, here's Maye. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. A carry now for Gibson. And he will have a Patriots first down. Able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Patriots first down.
Job well done right there. 3rd and inches. You don't want to chop or step or go east and west. You're just trying to hit this thing downhill as hard as possible, run right at the defense, and he doesn't get a whole lot, but he does get the first down.
Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Patriots first down. Now Gibson. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not having it. Going to lose a yard.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Maye to throw on second down. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Maye. That's complete to the running back, Antonio Gibson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here's Gibson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Here comes second and 4. Off the bootleg. Here's Maye. He's going to run it, and he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Drake Maye. Touchdown, New England. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point is good, and the Pats will take a 7-0 lead.
Steelers nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for first and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. Punting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
It's now second and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 6. The master of play action, Rodgers. And this is caught left sideline, but out of bounds, says the officials. Incomplete. That ball a little late getting there. That's going to bring up third down. From the gun, Rodgers. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. And John to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. On the return is Jones. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return.
Automatic first down.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. On the ground, Gibson. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
He's out of bounds at the 14-yard.
Second down, they need 7.
Pickup. Brings up second and 7.
They'll run here with Gibson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
After that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And that is incomplete. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
For the Patriots.
On 4th down, Bryce Behringer out to punt for New England. He'll return it from the 11. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this 3rd drive. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. The shotgun, it's A-Rob. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. It's a gain of 34.
A gain of 34 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 9. Rodgers now. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Patriots will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake, and you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The Patriots offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Maye. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. Peel it forward for maybe a yard. Derek Harmon in for the tackle.
It's a gain of 2.
Third down, they need 5.
And 5.
So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. Patriots out on top, and we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football as they come up to face 3rd and 5. To throw now, May. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That's good.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies, but the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass, and I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it's going to be 3rd down.
12 yards to go.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's to the left side, taken in by Diggs. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Patriots, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
He's got it inside the 5, and he will get into the end zone. Hunter Henry, touchdown Patriots. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
He's lined up one-on-one, and it's a mismatch from the very beginning. He's just so fast, so big. He's kind of part tight end, part wide receiver, and when you have that type of skill set, it's just going to be hard to stop.
Extra point now for Borregales. The kick is good, and the Patriots move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Steelers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Hey, Greg, no one better than you to talk about the rookie crop of tight ends, especially at the top. A couple of guys who have Midwest ties, played in the Big Ten, now find themselves in the Midwest, especially Colston Loveland, who's a Chicago Bear tight end.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Mike, when I watch Loveland play, if you look back and watch his tape from Michigan, there's 2 guys that play tight in the NFL. There's the guy that you have to script open. He's going to catch flat routes and naked routes, and he's going to catch the easy ones, and he'll run after and get what he can. And then there's the guys, Mike, that get themselves open. They can win 3rd down one-on-ones. They can win versus press. They can win routes downfield versus defensive backs, not just linebackers. When I watch Colston Loveland, That's the guy I see.
And another one out of the Big Ten, Tyler Warren from Penn State. He goes to Indianapolis.
Yeah, and he's a little more of a throwback, right? He can play a little quarterback. He can play H-back. He can put his hand on the ground. He's still good enough and athletic enough to play in space. When you look at what Penn State did with him, there wasn't a position on the field, including center, that he didn't play. So he's a really big, physical, run-after-catch. I think he's a good fit because, remember, in Indy, that Shane Steichen offense, they're going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to get downhill with the run game, offensive line. So I think it's a good fit because he's very talented in the passing game, but he's going to keep teams honest with his ability to still contribute on all 3 downs.
And they smacked him down there. Big hit right at the line. No game.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Big Christian Ellis in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Rodgers. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? You pooch it, you kick it out the back of the end zone, and I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember where a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Maye. Left side, he's got Henry. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Patriots, first down. 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun, it's Maye. That's down the field and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he's going to be taken down, but a nice return up past the 35-yard line.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Warren. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Warren. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
3rd and 5. Rodgers to throw. He finds Austin with the ground. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
That's good for us Steelers. 1st down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
1st down throw there is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to Foxborough after this. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Here's a run with their tight end. And he will have the Steelers 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
A gain of a yard. And the Steelers 1st down.
Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And the Steelers going to be set up with 1st and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
1st down. 1st and goal.
Throwing Rodgers. That is incomplete. There's no way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
There
isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
That one is caught beyond the pylon. Pat Freiermuth, touchdown Pittsburgh. It's his third touchdown on the year. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Marcus Jones now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Maye. Forced to his right. He's going to keep it himself. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Throwing on 2nd down. Maye. He'll dump this out wide to Gibson. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
3rd down and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down is Maye. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That's the 4th time All-Pro T.J. Watt. He gets there for the sack, setting up 4th down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's Bryce Baringer now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Now Mike Tomlin going to send out the field goal unit. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. not going to do it. Tried to fight off a lot with that one. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
You have to give them credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
They'll go down to a knee. Halftime coming up, and we'll take it out of Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Intensifying now as the teams have come back out. This figures to be a wet and wild second half to come.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Jones now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense is going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The third quarter begins with a run. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle.
2 yards.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
Now 3rd and 5.
Now Maye. That's into the hands of Diggs. Call it a gain of 13. First down, New England.
Yards on the play.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll go. Well, the blitz gets
Mike. So in this situation, a defensive coordinator has two options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Warren. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Marcus Jones is there to make the stop.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Here's a handoff to Warren. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Patriots' 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. To the outside, he's got Smith. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
At the 20-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
A carry here for Warren. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
This one grabbed by Austin. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
14 yards. That's another Steelers 1st.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line. Anthony Jennings getting in there to bring him down. His 1st sack of the season.
Field goals and takeaways. That's the 2 goals anytime a defense finds themselves in a goal-to-go situation. Now after that 1st down sack, I think the odds are a little bit more in their favor. Can they hold up here on 2nd and 3rd down? And if they can make the offense settle for 3, man, that's a huge win for this defense.
From the gun, Rodgers. Over the middle, Metcalf has it.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. Their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike, if they don't get it on 3rd.
And he's in. Jonnu Smith, touchdown Steelers.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. At issue, did the ball cross the goal line? A reminder, it just needs to be the tip of the football just breaking the front of the plane where that white goal line begins. And it needs to be indisputable, which can sometimes be difficult with all those bodies in there.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. well now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense ready to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Now Gibson. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
2 yards on the pickup. It's
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Here's Gibson. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
To throw is May. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A carry now for Gibson. And he gets this up close to the 40. Malik Harrison there on the play.
Down at the 39-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
Here's a 2nd and 9. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That one taken in by Douglas. That'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
2 yards.
They're locked in on this drive. 2nd connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Here's May. The ball's out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
On 3rd and long, here's May. Trip pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. It'll bring up 4th down. And the Patriots ready to kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down.
The Steelers take over
The Steelers offense, and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. On play action, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike. It's just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Maye to throw on 2nd down. Pass caught right side by Henry. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
3rd and 10.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Maye. That'll be complete to Gibson. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. It's a big play when they needed it the most. It's a gain of 34.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This is a great example of just the best quarterbacks know when to just get the ball out of their hand. They're looking downfield, they're trying to generate big plays, but if the defense takes it away, oftentimes the best choice, dump the ball off to your back, let him do the rest with his legs, and he's able to pick up a big gain.
What a run! He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Maye gonna look to throw. Escaping to his left. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Throwing on 2nd down. Maye has completed to Douglas. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Throwing now is Maye. And that is incomplete. Kayshon Boutte was the one he was looking for. And it's going to be 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Play fake. It's Rodgers. That's taken in left side by Smith. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Warren. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Steelers.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
Now, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything done.
Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Milton Williams in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down.
Let's give a lot of credit there, Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bid on it, and quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the snack.
3rd and long for Rodgers. He finds Metcalf on the slant. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
That's fielded at the 7. And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, Gibson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Out of the gun, here's Maye. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Steelers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Gain of 16 yards.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
1st and 10. They run with Warren. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Brought down at the 13-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's 2nd down and 3. Warren. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
They'll drop to throw. Complete. Metcalf with the grab. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And he will have the 1st down. So they roll the dice on 4th down in the red zone. And it pays off with 1st and goal.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and
this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now Drake Maye and the Patriots down 20-17. 46 seconds remain. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here. They got it. 1st and 10. This one complete right side. Now 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the
throwing is May. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. And on the defensive side, they do still have their 3 timeouts, so there's an outside hope here you can force 4th down and see where things go from there. Here's Warren, and he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
2nd and 6 at the Patriots' 43-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Warren. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. New England going to take their 2nd timeout. Clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Warren. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. But things are pretty much spoken for. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their 3rd and final timeout. And it comes with 15 seconds to play in the game. And that's a thing of beauty. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
6-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Maye. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Chuck Clark. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game.
If you're going to run this route against quarters coverage, Mike, you have to do a better job of running the route flatter. The quarterback is going to trust that you are going to uncover right when that guy comes out of his break, but he rounds the route just a little too much and ends up being a costly mistake.
Rodgers will take a knee, and that should do it. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They continue their winning ways the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.